Wii U, and I'm so mad at it every single day. I don't understand.
It's just by virtue of its existence. You just wake up and you're like, you're terrible.
All right, so welcome back to another episode of Can of Worms. Tonight's topic, consoles, along with a little bit of Destiny 2 talk. So again, tonight we've got Brian, we've got Chris, and of course we've got myself, Cedric.
Hey, what's up?
Yes.
It's been a long week.
It is. Today has been the longest week I've ever lived, man. It's been a long one.
Man, what a way to start the video off. We're
I
very
know,
low
right?
energy here. At the end of November.
You know that happens when you're still doing this and working at the same time. So that's a hint to you guys. Help us have more energy by subscribing and supporting us, and these will sound a lot better.
Right? I was like, and signing up for the we don't have Patreon. What the fuck?
No, but I have Cash App, motherfuckers.
Put up your personal Cash App. Like, it's for the group. I'll get you the money later. Don't worry about it. All right. Well, let's see. So the new consoles, right? They came out earlier this month. Now, I've been kind of following some of the stories, right, that have been going on with them. Obviously, just like every console launch, availability, big issue.
Huge issue. But this feels different from other console launches, right? Like they're unavailable for a couple weeks, and then they're there, and you don't really hear about it anymore because they're available. But this I think people thought it was going to be a joke when they said, "Hey, these may not be available," once they sell out for a year. And people kind of were just like, "Yeah, right, all right, cool, that's great, good marketing ploy." I'm starting to believe them here. Like this is kind of getting ridiculous. It's almost like another case of the 3080s where they were available for literally a hot second, not even an exaggeration, and then no one could get one after that ever again. And I think I know that's pissing a lot of people off.
Well, and see, the thing is, I was reading something earlier today about the resellers are just basically hoarding as many as they possibly can, despite the console company's best efforts. And I mean, I'm just going to sidetrack for a second and say I think they're actually learning from the past of trying to sell consoles. They're finally looking and being like, okay, here's the pre-orders. There's so many. Here's the heads up warning. But really, in the long and short of it, like I personally want to find people doing all this reselling and punch them in their faces because I mean they're pretty much trying to scalp people, and that's not what the gaming community is about. Half the time, these guys aren't gamers, anyways. But it just side note of talking about that availability is definitely that's a huge factor in it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Opportunity knocks, somebody's going to answer it. So how do you, all right, so realistically, how could they possibly curb, people buying them ahead of time? What could they do that would, because they're obviously, people have mentioned in the past putting in restrictors on any sort of site that sells them. There's obviously going to be ways around that, especially automation. Bots can flip to a brand new bot, a brand new IP, disconnect from the dynamic host, grab a new IP address, everything come right back as a brand new machine, even with a new machine ID, and purchase a brand new console, way faster than it took me to just explain it. They will have bought out the entire inventory of like a small store. So there's always going to be ways around that for them. But, on top of that, I think something that doesn't get mentioned more often, and I'm interested to hear what you guys would say, it's something I was thinking about the other night, and that is do the companies like PlayStation or Microsoft or Nintendo, do they actually want that to stop? Because what the
No,
alternative would be, what happens if they launch something and it looks like the launch falls on its face? Because not only did they not sell everything, but there's still stock.
right?
And,
No, I don't
yeah,
think they care, honestly. And you know,
it's really double edged there because as much as they could be like, well, we want to maintain the respectability of our company and make sure that this and that. The other side, they're like, but we sold every console, you know.
Right.
sales are up. This is the best we've ever done on sales.
Right.
Because
Isn't that
bottom
true
line,
too? Like, this is the best console launch for either of those companies? Is that what I heard?
I mean, it could be padding numbers. I don't know the quantity wise or what they consider
yeah,
making the best.
I don't think it was in total volume. I think it was basically it was volume by uh, time, a division of time or a factor of time. And I really probably should have looked that up way before I had mentioned it. But it has definitely been a really successful launch for them, even though apparently I've not heard from anybody, at least in my own personal circles, that even has an Xbox. Not that anybody would really be.
one. I was gonna say I think most people are going for the PS5 right now, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not a knock against Xbox. The reason being is I think a lot of, at least for PC gamers that really kind of pay attention to those kind of things, you're realizing that Microsoft has made the commitment to say that basically most titles that are dropping on the Xbox are going to also drop on PC, and that they're going to be made cross-platform. So at this point, if you're a PC gamer, the reason you would get an Xbox this go around, this life cycle of machines, there's no reason. There's no reason. You stick with your PC if you have a middle to high end PC, and that's okay because you're going to be able to play with your Xbox friends. Uh,
Yeah.
Any game that's going to have the co-op or the multiplayer there pretty much is going to have the co-op or is going to have the cross-platform moving into this generation. So,
Right.
you know.
And I think you're right about PS5 being the hotter seller. And again, nothing against Xbox, but and this may be a great topic for another show later on, but like the meme culture right now is having like a huge impact on video
Oh,
games and
the
sales.
memeing is strong.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like I mean, one of the more famous ones is the guy posing with like the old lady saying, "Going to get my PS5," and it's hilarious, And I love those memes, and it's like the meme culture, the true. I mean, this might sound a little corny, but the true culture of gaming that's behind those memes, that's like the actual voice happening right now for the gaming community, and I think a lot of people have tapped into that. So
Yeah, I agree with
Well,
that.
I mean that is fair, and I also think that all right, so apart from just availability, because some companies will always have issues there. Like
Mhm.
Nintendo is famous for always, and I honestly I don't think they ever ship enough in the first place. I think they purposely create that because
that
it's a
is a
mystique.
that is true. They actually do that on purpose.
Oh, they okay, yeah. I
No,
mean,
when
makes
I
sense.
used to work at a certain big box retailer, we had gotten a bunch of Nintendo DSs and only a few Wii's at the time first came out. And I was like, damn, what the hell's going on? And Nintendo actually was like, hey, until you sell more DSs, we're not sending more Wii's. And I'm like,
Really?
oh yeah. I mean, unofficial kind of situation. Like I didn't see the writing myself or anything. So I mean, this could be complete bullshit for all I know. But I was told that's why we didn't get a lot of Wii's when they first came out.
Oh, man, that's really fucked up. I thought originally that you were gonna say that like the DS, like you couldn't keep them in stock. I was like, really? Because
Oh
if I were
no.
working at like a Best Buy or something,
I,
where's the DS? What do you mean you guys don't have any? And be like, all right, you need to get your priorities straight
Right.
as a video game enthusiast.
Right.
Get the fuck out. Get them straight somewhere else. But
goddamn DS. We
Right.
don't care no goddamn DS in here. What are you talking about?
I wanted them fancy handheld console.
oh my god.
Back in my day, we had audio video jacks, and if you put the wrong color in the wrong slot, well, fuck you.
Those are the worst.
think we've just offended about 10 different people, and it's okay though.
It's all right. I segued right into, brought us back into memory cards. We can all hate on those
Yes,
collectively.
memory cards.
Those were the worst, man. Especially like PlayStation 1.
Oh
If you
man.
look at that thing wrong, it's like, oh, fuck, there went my Final Fantasy VII game. People are like, what are you talking about? This thing's not even on. Be like, I know it. I just know it.
Honestly, and I feel weird for saying this, but I saw this TikTok about PlayStations.
Already starting out real weird.
Already starting off real. And disclaimer, I'm. This TikTok has some of the most fucking funny, hilarious videos.
It does.
But I'm
It
so
does.
fucking creeped out and weirded out by it because every so often, even if you set your filters up right, like it's like, all right, great content. Ah, shit, 15-year-old twerking. Fuck. Look around, make sure you're good. You're not getting fucking taken off. Okay, cool. All right, good content.
Right.
Good content. 15-year-old twerking. God damn it. But anyway, this is one of the times where it was
Never
good
fails.
content. It never fails. You don't ask for this life. It's just what you're thrown into, okay? So I'm
sketchier than a playlist on Pornhub.
that's a fact. Because we run into some shit we really just didn't want to run into there. But on TikTok, and it's this guy, and he's got his new PlayStation 5, and he's setting it up, and the PS4 is on the bed, and it's got this face, eyes and
Seen
mouth
this
on it.
one, and it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead.
he's like,
Yep.
and she's like, oh, what is this? What's this shit, right? Like it's a female that you fucked over, right? And he's like, what are you talking about? And she was like, weren't we just watching Netflix earlier today? Anyway, they go through I'm not going to give you the whole video. If you can find it, go watch it. But basically, they go through all the generations of PlayStation. So PlayStation 3, he's talking about it. And then PlayStation 2 wasn't even in the mix. Apparently, he like pawned that one and got really emotional about it. But we get the PlayStation 1, right? PlayStation 1 is propping up a window. It still has the memory card stuck in it. And it's talking about these things. So it's like, and look what you've done to me. You're propping up a window with me. I've still got the memory card stuck inside me. It's your memory card, like it's his baby, and I'm over here
Yeah.
losing it, man. I'm in tears, and I realized, holy shit, I'm fucking old. Like
I know, right?
I'm fucking old.
So, real talk though, do you ever get that kind of like remorse? Like last time I had to buy a car, me and my car had been through so much crap, and to sell it off and everything like that, I was just like kind of remorseful. Like, damn, all the memories. Have you guys ever done that with a console?
Yeah,
Oh man,
I could say
I do
I
that
have.
with dumb sentiment. I get sentimental about dumb shit that just doesn't even make any sense. A console would have made way more sense than a controller. Some other random shit that I've been really upset at pawning. Like I have no idea why.
Yeah, I think I sunk a lot of time in on my Xbox 360, because that's just when like gaming really got popular. Being a geek around that time, being a geek, being a nerd, liking these kind of things really, really took off. And I'll say it, if and that's a debate we can have another day. But I think around that time, that's where like people were really starting to say, okay, we're seeing games in a different light. All right, it's not just something you do at a party. Like it's not just party games like Nintendo has cornered the market in. It's shit that people find important or whatever the case is, right? So when the new switch over to the new console generations happened between 360 and whatnot, I kind of got lost in the wash because I didn't know what to do. At that point in time, the new Xbox didn't seem interesting to me. I had
Mhm.
just built what I felt like at the time was a ballin' ass PC rig. I was starting to get really big into PC gaming, and it was kind of a change of an era for me because I was like, damn.
Well, that was when I
You know,
first started at work with you guys.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, the work
Yeah.
that we will never name, so that they will never sue us.
But if they go out of business, by God.
yeah, and I'm definitely not mentioning my side of it because
So
um,
on the opposite end of that
dumb.
spectrum, have you ever been mad at a console? Like you're
Oh,
going to throw it out? Because
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, I still have my Wii U, and I'm so mad at it every single day. I don't understand.
it's just by virtue of its existence. You just wake up and you're like, You're terrible.
I know. I just
You're a
look up
terrible
every
console.
morning and this scornful look at my Wii U, and then I get ready for work.
You just give it that glance, that look, that dad. You give your Wii U the
I
dad
still
look, is
remember
what you
what you
do.
did. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's awful. Like, I
you
don't know
piece of
why
shit,
either.
you.
Like, with as much playtime, like Mario Kart on there and just everything, and I'm just mad at it, and I don't know why I'm mad at it.
See, Cedric, you have kids, so you actually have a dad glance. I don't have any children, man, so mine is not tempered by any sort of paternal like affection. It's just like, I hate you.
It's just
His
pure
emotions will not be
unadulterated
matched by
hate.
hate,
Yeah,
Ellie.
At work.
Jesus.
That's me talking to a console, not a child, man. I just want to make sure
They're
everybody
one and the
knows.
same, Brian. They're one and the same.
Yeah,
I hate
but
you. Your mother
you
should
only
have
go to.
aborted.
I was gonna say you only go to prison for killing one of them.
This is.
Um,
Well, if it's a PS5, I don't know. Somebody might arrest you for that. That's how
Yeah,
things
people
are with
may
that right
name both
now.
of them, but you're only really attached to one. I mean, yeah, we all miss the Xbox 360. It was
we
a good
do.
console.
It was. It had a lot of titles on it.
Plus, nobody's gonna miss Timmy. Timmy was an asshole. You were just a little kid.
You remember that
Everybody
time
was
he took a
weird.
dump on
All
the
he did was
couch?
shit and eat. That's all he did.
Yeah.
Be like, oh my god, you're still doing this bit? I respect your commitment. Shit is over. I actually think, kind of trying to rein it back in though, for the consoles that I think Xbox might actually have their game plan might be a little bit more solid for this console generation than people are giving them credit for. I think they see the writing on the wall when it comes to how thin clients and streaming and cloud services will interact with people, a decade from now.
Yeah.
Even 5 years from now. But with the 360 or not 360, god damn it. I wish they would get their naming structure set up by somebody that wasn't fucking with all of us, because there's no way that the people coming up with those names are doing it unironically.
No,
The
that
Xbox Series X.
it's Microsoft, man. Like, come on. This is
It's like the consoles that got named by people with OCD, where they had to use the word, they were compulsively using the letter X in at least every other sentence.
come up with a comprehensive naming convention for the next 10 fucking generations.
Yeah.
And this is
That
the
or it
best
was
you did.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say that, or it was named by somebody who is getting ready to retire, and he's like, "Kids love the letter X." Also, Rocket Pops.
Oh shit! X for extreme.
Charles
The more X's, the
too.
more extreme.
Right.
It's
There's
like,
a kid that grew up in the '90s still wearing Dayglow baseball caps on their marketing department.
the early '80s and '90s. Oh, just what happened?
So the people started recovering from the drugs from the '80s, and as they rolled into the '90s, they started realizing that Christian youth groups and again Dayglow baseball caps were the way to salvation. Um,
I thought you were gonna say that they had unfortunately spent all their money on their clothes in the '80s, and so they still had to wear them.
oh no, it was drugs.
Figure that shit out, man. Make it
Yeah.
work.
Everyone was coming down from the coke, and they were like, "Hey, there's this thing called acid."
Have
Yeah,
you tried
you wearing
it?
7 different opposing colors of neon? Fuck it, make it work.
Exactly.
You know what was really popular back then, and I'm gonna tell you, this is exactly how this happened. All right, the fucking novelty shops and the X-rated fucking film parlors. The you go for your screening and all that good shit. And so my ideology of how how Microsoft came up with its naming convention is somebody just really fucking loved going to peep shows.
I think
And
our
so
childhoods were vastly different.
I might be telling myself here a little bit, but I think they just like going to peep shows. And so they asked Greg, because Greg's the name that comes to mind when I think about this. Greg, so what should we name the new series of game consoles? And he's just like X-rated.
X.
And
Hey, let's
X
name
and
it like
box.
X pussy, or
Well,
fucking X vagina, a box. How about
box.
X
There you go.
box?
We won't get away with that, Greg, but we can call it a box, and no one will know.
Nice.
Like one other guy who looks over, he's like, "All right, is it just me, or are the testing groups getting weirder every year?" Every fucking time we come
Man,
out with a new something, we get these people. I swear to God, are they homeless?
Just go with it. Just go with it. It's gonna
Like
sell.
that.
Don't worry. It's gonna sell like hotcakes. We make a really seductive fucking CD slot. Yeah, you're a
yeah.
filthy slot, aren't you?
Be like, look at that one guy walking around with the shopping cart and an old Atari joystick. It's plugged into his pants, man.
Just.
I don't think we should be getting his opinions on this stuff.
Oh god.
Box, more like sex box. Sorry.
Oh my.
I'll show myself out.
There you go.
Wasn't that sort of like the unofficial name for this new one though? Like before it came out?
I think they
I
do that
sure
every
hope
time
not.
Xbox comes out.
It was something like it was a triple X box or something ridiculous, man. Like, so I cannot believe how long we got off on a tangent. So going back to like 10 minutes ago when I was going to say that I think Xbox does have something up their sleeve. It's not their naming conventions, but it's a more structured plan on what is going to happen with streaming. That's why I think they're not doing. I think one
And
of the reasons they're not like trying to come out with a bunch of new exclusives and stuff. Like I actually feel like they're trying to get away from disc based uh, in general. Just think about that. That
so,
forces the entire market onto your marketplace, where
yeah.
there is no second party seller that constitutes a non-sale.
See, and I think honestly, what Microsoft is banking on is going to be their performance, because early hardware, they were pumping everything into their hardware. They were no holds barred. Like, even Sony rethought about what they were doing. But I have a feeling that it's going to come to a point where Xboxes are basically just going to be new PCs that are like dumbed down with an Xbox interface instead of Windows, and eventually they're just going to eventually meld. Like, it's down the line, but like, if they're gonna start doing like SSDs and stuff like that, I think they're really gonna go for like, we're so much faster than PlayStation and this and that and blah blah blah. Because I mean, it's Microsoft, it's Bill Gates, it's pretty much whatever they're gonna want to put into that thing, they're gonna put in there.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what it's gonna be. Is they're gonna come out with a lot of really good pseudo flagship titles and try to blow everyone away with it.
Well, they're dropping the money on the studios like that. I mean, it kind of feels like the writing is on the wall in that respect. Like
Mhm.
you don't drop $9 billion on a bunch of development studios if you don't want exclusives.
Right. And historically, Xboxes and PlayStations both have actually lost money on their consoles
Mhm.
and had to bank on the games. So the only thing that's going to put playing Dark Souls on PlayStation versus playing Dark Souls on Xbox is going to be the performance, and I think that's what they're trying for.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, exclusives carried PlayStation through the last generation. Um,
Mm.
in fact, I don't even want to say it carried them. Basically, like I try to imagine the two like two athletes trying to run around a track, and it's kind of like they were running in the rain, and Microsoft started to slip, and then Sony pushed them down and suddenly decided to use their face as a skateboard as they went around the entire track like 8 times.
Mm.
It was terrible. That was not a pretty
Yeah,
console generation for
yeah.
Microsoft. I don't think they'll be able to actually have a second generation like that and then have board members that go, yeah, fuck it, let's throw more money at that.
Yeah, nope.
Right.
I think they'll pull right the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Google pull out, but because Stadia, that
Yeah, they're they're actually offering pre-orders right now. So we figured out Steam is the only one not doing pre-order rewards for Cyberpunk. So we
really,
started checking to
really,
see who was doing pre-order bonuses, and the funniest one was Stadia. Is like, please buy Cyberpunk through us, and we'll give you a Stadia and a Chromecast. like the
Wow.
controller and the Chromecast.
What?
Yeah, like they are desperate right now to get that out there.
That doesn't
So
really say much about faith in your product, though.
Yeah, I'm saying,
it doesn't, but at the same time, it's trying to break into a market with a three-headed monster, and so
yeah,
same thing with Epic, right? So like Steam has had the fucking launcher game on lock, and Epic trying to break in, trying to get some exclusive, offering out some of the stuff that they're offering out. I get it. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that there's a lot of launchers out there. Whatever. I think Epic is doing it the right way. I don't see Epic doing anything egregious. I honestly don't mind the Epic launcher itself. It's not a
yeah,
complete piece of shit. They offer out free games every weekend. Um,
yeah,
and they're not bad games either. I mean, we're talking about like Civ 6. We're talking,
Yeah.
playable games. And
exactly.
yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that have hate on the Epic launcher, and I'm just like, but why though? And it's like because this thing they did 3 years ago, and I'm like, okay, are they still doing it? No. Oh,
that
Oh, I
thing
hate
that
them.
Steam wouldn't do for other games too, but because they were
right.
the monopoly pretty much in the launching, unless the game
Yeah.
had its own launcher, it was K.
Yeah.
Got it. So
Exactly.
yeah, so it always killed me when people were so against the Epic launcher because honestly, didn't care. I don't care what starts my fucking game. I honestly I don't care. I
Right.
don't care.
I
Just start
don't
the
either.
game.
You know what what I care about is that I forget that I own games
Right.
all the
Oh, good.
time. And then I'm like, man, I really wanted to. Oh my god, I forgot I was gonna play Hades 3 weeks ago.
Got
And it's like,
it.
oh, I gotta
Dude,
stop buying games like
if
that.
I had $1 for every untouched game in my library, I'd have enough to buy another game that I
another
will never touch.
another couple games you would just never touch. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
I know a
it's
little bit about that.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go and blast you on how many games you own, but holy shit.
No, it's okay, man. If I had like even a couple of pennies on a dollar for like everyone that I haven't played, I'm pretty sure I could start a small island nation and then fully furnish that whole shit, like the entire thing, man. Make it a resort. I got it. It's all right. I got a bunch of games for no good reason. It's like Humble Bundle and all the other things. Like after a while, they started stacking, and dude, I haven't played like 800 games in my library.
Yeah, dude, I remember there was a point where you had like multiple copies of some games, and you would come to work and just be like, "Hey, does anyone want this game?" And I'd be like, "Sure."
Sure. Also, we should discuss why you're spending money on shit you already own. Why are
Like I
you
was so
doing?
confused. Like, I'm not gonna lie, for a minute I would thought that you had like some sort of weird scam going where like you were getting these codes, and I'm like, how is he doing it? But I'm not complaining. But
I
how?
used to have a weird way of making money off the Steam trading cards.
I
Makes
believe it.
sense, actually. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I thought maybe like you were a big CS:GO skin trader and just would
right,
buy. What you need, I got it. Like just some big high roller in the fucking Steam game,
right.
like
Right?
Scarface of fucking CS:GO skins and fucking flipping. Like God,
We all
Oh,
work at the same place. How are you buying all this dumb shit? Like,
right.
because I couldn't do that and eat. So
our
what
wallets
the
are not
fuck?
the same. What is this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that doesn't look right.
Makes me sad.
No, yeah, you used to be able to, and they totally buttoned it up since then. Like you can't make money off them anymore, but um, it used to be that, especially with the really dumbass games that would show up for like a ridiculous amount, like like 69 cents, and it's like some dumbass game on Steam that's really just a Minesweeper with hentai underneath it or something like that. Have you ever seen those? They're like
Yes.
all over the place.
97 cents for this and
I
free
haven't sunk in any
expansion.
time into those. What do you mean? I've only.
Oh yeah.
I know, right? So,
No, I
on
mean
Discord, how you see my name and you can't see what I'm playing? By design, folks.
those cards used to sell for the dumbest amount of money.
Yeah, because they were
Um,
fucking collectibles. Because no one would play that game, which instantly made them fucking rare. And so,
Right.
way in the fucking corner of the market there, Brian.
yeah, well, and the weird thing is, man, any time the game had to do with something even vaguely sexual or it was anime related in any way, the cards, or even like Final Fantasy, like so anything Japanese, at all. The value would go up like an unrealistic amount, like
Mhm.
16 times its value. And I would sell cards for like nothing big, man.
Like
Like
16,
70,
20 bucks?
75, $1 maybe sometimes. Or the foil ones would be like $3, but I would get like hundreds a day.
Oh
And
yeah, the free
automated
market is
most of
a
the
fucked up
selling.
place in weird places.
Yeah.
Like the Steam community. I mean, let's admit it, guys. We're all fucking weird, in some way, shape, or form. If you have Steam and you have more than 10 games, you got something going on.
Yeah,
Like
those lovable weirdos bought me a bunch of Steam games, so
exactly,
love them all.
you
But
know. But again, free market. So hey, that's
well, yeah,
that's what
and
they're willing
again,
to give, man.
today is our tangent day. I guess I don't know. Like we
I
were
think we're
just
gonna have some
swinging
good
on
good.
ropes here,
That's
but
okay. When I edit the audio and stuff, for sure, we're gonna be all right. We have a lot of gold. We are
well,
rich in other ways.
I mean, we were talking about like the whole concept of
It
like
all
multiple
flowed
launchers.
together. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
free
Oh
markets. It got convoluted because I'm part of the conversation.
I mean, we talked
Apparently,
about what hentai
NADB
games,
superhero.
all
Yeah,
sorts of stuff.
Just a
It's
lot
all
of highbrow stuff. That's okay.
right.
yeah. It just went over your head and everyone else's. Personally, I have no idea what we've been saying for 20 minutes.
Yeah, we went from consoles to hentai games, so I'm not really.
It's fun. It's these weird random days that just make my life worth living. Coming up with a title for this that makes any kind of sense outside of like Tourette syndrome. No
I
chance.
think we're gonna have to go with something like
Or
I don't know,
Snipperfiddle.
Cedric and
Mind Vomit
Star-
2.0.
Yeah,
Because we've
we
done this
talked about
before,
this, that,
guys.
and the other thing. I mean,
We spent weeks.
we could go with a we talk about this, that, and the other thing because like we can be like we talk about consoles, Henry Cavill, and hentai games. Like be like the what at that last sticker, you know? Be like, oh yeah, we can talk about consoles and Henry Cavill, but oh hentai games, like jokingly, you
And
know.
the one person, Henry Cavill.
I might be that person. He's pretty awesome.
Like two people that are just completely secure with themselves. Like, what was that about sex games? I mean, yeah, Superman. That's fantastic. I can go watch that movie later on. I was curious about the other stuff. Yeah. All right. Anyway. So back to what we were going on to about the free market thing with Xbox and PS5, right? Putting
Uh-huh.
people on there or getting people to buy like the digital only version. Um, so like for me, I will buy the digital or the digital version of the PS5, and if I ever win an Xbox, I'll ask for the one that's digital.
Mhm.
Um, because I can't even remember the last time I bought some shit on a disc.
Right.
And I'm talking about like movies,
Right.
games,
CDs, music, stuff like that.
yeah, like anything on a disc. I can't remember the last time I bought it. And it's the thing about having, because you were right, so Steam kind of pioneered the concept of the digital marketplace, like before any of the other game
Yeah.
companies were even thinking about it. And now I think the console companies are, I don't know why it took them so long to catch up in that respect. Like, just stop making digital copies or stop making physical copies at some point.
Or do it, right? And that's okay, but it needs to be a bigger deal. Like if I'm getting a physical copy of your game, if I'm choosing to get a physical copy of your game, you better make sure it's fucking worth it. Like
Oh yeah. Like the Halo, what was that? Halo 3 case that came out in metal and kind of started that trend of the metal cases. It's
yeah,
like if I'm buying something physical, like throw in something worth, the fact that it can now get
maps,
scratched.
limited time thing, like make
Right.
it worth it. Like old
Yeah.
Super NES shit that you used to get when those games
Ah.
were, and people, how quick people forget actually, those games cost like $80.
I know,
Right.
man.
Hey, games were fucking expensive back then.
Yeah.
But you know what? People bought the shit out of them. You want to know why?
Oh,
Because you got a shit ton of stuff with it. You got a free fucking map, a free fucking poster. Maybe you got lucky and it had a sexy ass video game character on it so that you could flip it over when your parents weren't in the room. And you know what? What you did with your time was your business. But you got all types of shit. You got a fucking thick ass notepad so you could write all your game cheat codes on that you only needed a couple of pages for. But fuck it, they gave you 500. They didn't give a shit. They killed trees for you. You know, like
Well, murder a small forest to give you enough room at the back of that instruction manual
was
to draw your own
Oh, yeah.
maps.
Dude,
user
I'll be the
experience.
first to admit I am an absolute swag whore. So like when someone's like,
Oh, we
"Hey, if
all
you
are.
buy this
Yeah.
game for $10 more, you get like this crappy coin," I'd be like, "Shut up and take my money."
Yeah.
Like in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like, don't you
in
want to know
game.
the name of the game?
Oh
No,
yeah,
just
if you all understood how much money I have pumped into Final Fantasy, which is not a game that demands cash,
Not at all, but
but it's not
but
like an EA game. Yeah, the amount
it's
of money
purely
I put
optional.
into that, oh my god, yeah, really, really not healthy, probably. But
Well,
we aren't even going to talk about Star Citizen because technically that's not a
oh,
game that never came
God.
out.
Yeah, the game that we all wanted to not. Anyway, I'm not going to get. I will
but
lose an
don't.
hour on
I
that.
will.
But
If
Yep.
the IRS audits my
so,
game collection, I am fucked.
well, what Cedric like?
Says here you
what
had
you're saying
plenty of
about how
time to pay us our money.
uh, you were right though. The physical copies do have to come with something extra. Like they can't, with digital. Like the fact was, you were also supposed to be able to save some money. And let's be honest, they're always the same price. Um, and not just COVID, but like even regularly, like man, people aren't in shape like they were even in the 90s, man. Like
Hmm.
people have to you really want to watch in Kentucky, like where what, like I think they said 80% of the people who would be eligible by age for military service are ineligible
You to shape.
because they're fat. Yeah, and it's like, so if you want people, you want to really make people buy the physical copies, yeah, you gotta give them a little something extra to make them, struggle with their type 2 diabetes all the way out to GameStop.
Real talk,
You know,
that's what happened.
they're not
You're not
walking.
wrong.
I'm not getting up out this goddamn chair. Look.
You know what? And before we get anyone on record like bitching about this part of the segment, I am a fucking fat person, so fuck you. It's true.
I'm a thick
Don't be
boy.
offended. It's fucking true. Admit it, accept it, and you can start making that
We
change.
don't like moving. I'm a thick boy.
Right.
And,
Yeah, right.
it's not
See?
even so much a weight thing as it's an age thing. It's an age thing.
Right.
I was so active. I was so active 18, 19, 20.
Oh man.
21 hit and I started kind of thinking like,
Yeah.
I've been
I
active
mean,
all my life. Let me try this sitting down scene. What's these video games? Like, really?
office job?
What?
Fuck.
Yeah, it's an office
Yeah.
job. I don't have to be out in the sun, and that's really the transition right there.
Right.
From hard labor, you doing hard labor, you doing your UPS job or whatever you're doing, to an office job where you don't have to fucking move. You
Right.
got central air.
You can take off your shoes and they
You
don't
can,
even notice.
yeah, you can order food and they bring it to you, and you can go from one seat to another to eat. I didn't fucking hit the jackpot. I'm still making $13 an hour, but I hit the fucking gold mine.
But my
Well, I
quality
mean,
of life, in
yeah, look
terms
at
of
our
shit I
culture.
don't need to do, is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about you guys, but like my dining room chairs are not comfortable to sit in after about 15 minutes. And I've spent a bunch of money on a computer chair where I'm going to plant my fat ass. Who
I don't
knows
know,
how
man.
long?
I've sat in one of your dining room chairs for several hours and was, you know what? Actually, I don't remember how I felt.
Yeah, I was about to say we were probably pretty well. I won't say that just yet, but
No, we were high. Which might also be why I didn't really care as much about the chair. I was probably a little bit less concerned
right.
at that
No,
point.
definitely hear that. But yeah, I mean that's the culture we're in. Is we're quick, easy, single use. I mean, not to sound all Fight Clubby or anything like that, but that is the culture we live in right now. And it's just you want to talk about why we have a weight problem in the country. It's because that's what we aim for. But I'm not going to soapbox on all that.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. We got to go back because I think I
Okay.
misheard something.
Okay.
Did you just say we're aiming to be overweight? I was kind of.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's kind of the pot of
Indirectly, but
gold at the end of the
directly.
rainbow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay, I
don't
see what you mean.
you want to get that office job, the top suite, never have to do anything, have a maid, this, that, and the other thing. but we don't sit there and say, yeah, you need to go to the gym when that shit happens. You
Like
know?
it's a must. It's a
Right.
must. Do not stop some form of motion because
Mhm.
it will engulf you. And again, the reason I feel like I personally am not as bad off as I could be is because I was in motion for years, like my
Mm,
entire life. I did nothing but
Mhm.
sports, marching band, fucking track, whatever, all of it for years. Pick up games, and then finally slowed down, and you know, it's bad, but it's not where it could be.
I feel you. By the way,
yeah.
and we can edit this part out. Um,
You
I
say
need a
that.
I need a gym buddy. I have a Planet Fitness Black Card membership. I need someone to go with, dude. If you ever
Let's
want
do it.
to hit the gym, I'm down.
I'm yeah, let's do it. When do you wanna we'll come up with a fucking schedule and we'll pick a week to start and we can start because I need to
Hell,
get
can I,
moving. My knee is fucked up. I
can
have
I
to
get in
rehab
on
that.
that?
Oh yeah, if I don't
Yeah.
care, guys. If you guys, like I said, I need it. I honestly need it. Desperately need it. So if you know,
yeah,
I
for sure.
yeah.
well, I'm uh, channeling a very fat person. I think. Um, like I don't know why. I think it's just my heritage genetics that I'm shaped like a ladder. But uh, yeah, going back to making fun of people and hopefully not pissing off too many people. Um, I probably shouldn't make fun of fat people now that I think about it, because that probably. It's not like I'm making fun of them, but I don't know. I think I was looking for an F word at the time that wasn't fucking, and the only other one that really punched like I wanted was fat. And yeah,
Uh, f-
fuck it.
there,
You
it's
know
not
what
like
though?
there's no such thing as fat. Like there are fat people, and that's there's not there's nothing inherently wrong about that. Like you're not a bad person if you're fat, but there are health risks that come along with that. And if we can't be honest and say that, then
That's part of
I
the problem.
that's yeah,
Oh
that's part
man,
of the problem. Now, it's not always their it's not their fault by any means. I'm not blaming them for being fat. I'm not saying they're not beautiful people. I'm just
I'm.
saying when you're over your recommended weight, there are health issues that come with that, and you
No,
know,
I'm laughing, and the reason I'm laughing is I actually it was deja vu. The very first video that we ever did, and it will never be published. Was and we actually have it though at some point, so you'll have to see it. It was a Peloton rant from
God.
last year, and we were talking about like, you know, the idea that like yeah, it's great that you're happy with who you are. That's fine. I'm not saying you can't be. You're also fat. Like
yeah, that
if we're
doesn't
talking
change
about
it.
your health,
Like
then
and
yeah,
like that's kind of what pisses me off too, because I remember one of my friends in high school, a very attractive girl, and someone said, "Oh, you're not fat, you're pretty," and I said, "Wait a second, those are two parallel fucking things. Like, what are you
yeah.
talking about?
You can
Like, you
be
can be
gorgeous
fat and
and be
pretty,
fat. Yeah, that's
yeah,
not what we're saying at all.
right,
You can be both, girl, man. I'm absolutely okay with that. And you'll hear me make fun of I'm an ADD superhero. So, um, you'll hear me make fun of that. Diabetes. Got that. Got the special one too, the first one. Yeah, like
oh,
not the kind of like non-committal. Well, I've been gaining weight. I've been thinking of type 2 diabetes. I've been looking at it. I pass it in the shop on the way home.
Yeah. Maybe you'll test drive it
Should I
one
take
day.
that home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, no, one's enough.
Nah, I got type 1. That's like getting hit by a bus. Sucks. You had nothing to do with it, but
it
shit
is,
happens.
yeah,
We all have stuff we don't like, but
Oh
you
yeah,
got to
yeah.
laugh at it too at the same time. So like, I would think that even if this were the second video we ever published, that people would already know what to expect from the first video.
And if they don't, that's okay. Um,
Yeah, they're not
Now
gonna
they know
make
it's
it to
something
like
that they
10.
don't like, and that's all right. We're gonna have people that don't like the content, but
Yeah, I mean,
we're
at the
not
same
out to
time,
hurt
man.
anybody's feelings, but at the same time,
Yeah,
don't be a split tail. Come on, stop.
Like I'm not here to like really like harp on anybody or like hurt anybody's feelings on purpose. Exactly. But like at the same time, I'm not gonna like aggressively monitor everything I say to the point where like I was doing that one time during a video that we did that I
We
don't
got
even think we
nowhere. We
bothered
got
to say.
nowhere.
Yeah, we were just like, you know what, fuck this whole weekend. I'm calling it a wash. This is terrible. Because it was like I was trying to, at the time, I don't even remember what we were approaching, but I was trying to talk about it and not be offensive. And eventually I was like, I don't remember what we're talking about or what month is it and where is skin coming from? Like it was like none of my thought process made sense anymore because I'd gotten so confused by like, can I say this? Can I say that?
Yeah, I mean it's so, and that's part of the issue. And here I go on a tangent again, but like,
Oh, we're fully on this tangent at this point.
yeah, I know, and
Just
it's like
buckle
we're
up.
at fair enough. We're at a point where people are offended so easily now, where it's like we're looking for things to be offended by. Like, who was it? The Rick and Morty guy. I forget his name.
Oh, Justin Roiland.
Was it? I think it was Justin Roiland.
Oh
Well,
no, you mean the guy who did Community?
I think so. Let me look it up real quick. Cause so what happened was,
Hammond?
yes. Wait, hold on.
That doesn't sound right. Harmon, Dan Harmon.
Harmon, yes, Dan Harmon. So,
I was like Hammond Quest. No,
right, I was like
Ham
so
Quest.
close. No, so he, Harmon had been doing the Rick and Morty thing, and doing really good, successful. And someone went way, way back to one of his earliest things that he'd ever released, and
I
found
know what
out
you're
that it
talking
was,
about.
yeah,
I
I
do
found out
too.
that it was offensive.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, to be fair, he was simulating fucking a baby.
Okay, yeah, so that is offensive. Don't get me wrong. I'm not
It
trying to
was
say
pretty raw content. Just to be fair, it wasn't for everybody.
No, it was
yeah,
not.
you're right.
I'm
No,
gonna
I
go ahead
mean,
and throw the
so
13 on that
But
PG.
right, no, definitely offensive material. And believe me, I'm not a fan of any of that kind of content. Whatever, blah blah blah.
But I'm not gonna stop
But
watching fucking Rick and Morty.
But I'm not gonna
right,
stop
well,
fucking
no,
babies. I mean,
because
wait,
like
what?
let's look at like the late '90s, 2000 era of comedy. As we were all trying to be the next edgiest motherfucker,
Yeah.
and the
Dave
only
Chappelle.
thing that stopped us. And this, I mean, I'm not trying to sound too crazy here, but 9/11 stopped us because we knew that was the edgy thing now, and nobody wanted to fucking touch
No,
it anymore.
nobody wanted to touch it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you're gonna
So,
blame Dane Cook there for a
oh
minute,
yeah,
but
I mean,
no,
if you
it's a
go
different
back to
tack.
any comedian that was making content between '95 and 2005, there you're gonna find something offensive.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
Yeah,
100%.
like Daniel
everyone's trying
Tosh,
to be. Oh,
God
I think he's
dang,
just
dude.
Josh.
openly offensive about that. Like, I can't believe he still even has a show.
Oh, but some of his shit is really funny. Like
It
I can't
is.
remember. He was like,
It is.
he goes, "Do you have any Ben Diesel fans in the audience?" He's like, "Great, put your fucking hands down. Why aren't you people at home coloring?" It's like,
Right. Like a lot of his stuff is funny, but then a lot of it's just kind of like, I get that he wants to make like the casual racism jokes like funny, and because
ooh,
it's
that's a
just so
rough one.
casual, it
Yeah.
makes it really funny. But that's a slippery slope there, and that's the only thing I wish he wouldn't do. Stuff like that.
Yeah, and oh, okay, that's gonna go into its own video. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was about to be like, and to be honest, and then I was like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and
Nope.
take a left turn and go back the way I came.
Ryan, in Heroes of Hammerwatch, what is that button called?
Uh,
Don't say it, please.
there. You know what? That video probably won't ever be published. I don't even know if we do have
Edit
it. God damn it. It
everything.
still exists, so it will haunt me at some point in the future. It'll just, you know what? It'll be like one of those situations. You remember the movie Snatch?
Yes.
When they are dealing with the guns that are fakes or the replicas,
Oh yeah, he reads it off the side.
and it's like boom, 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 replica.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that situation happening to me with that box. Like before the sentence is even finished in the recording, I just see it in slow motion, like no.
Like, I'm gonna do a
No.
montage. One of these days, we really need to do a montage of how your brain works when you say things, where
Oh,
like
God.
where you're about to say something and then it slows down and cuts out, and then it cuts. Have you ever seen the movie Snake Eyes?
Um,
It's Nicolas Cage, Gary Sinise, boxing. So, long story short, or no. I'm thinking of the wrong movie. We're gonna edit that part. Face Off. Face Off, where the shootout happens and the kid's walking around with the headphones when it's playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna play, like in between the starting point and stopping point. That whole scene where the kid's just walking around in the middle of a war zone, and that song's playing, and then it cuts back to you, and you're like, "Wait, let me rephrase that." That's gonna be the whole video right there.
Yeah. Because I often speak way too quickly. Like as the thought forms in my head, it's already on my way out, and it's almost like I wish I could do a cartoon and like make up little characters that were actually, you know, people inside of my head. Like I can just see the QA guy on the path between the brain and the mouth. Like it's a slip inside, and he's just like, oh.
Well, here comes the Can of Worms comic strip.
Yeah. Oh, that one's gonna. Oh no, I'm in a lot of trouble. That is the story of my life. Nothing
Yeah,
worse.
that's okay.
The worst part is I actually do have a decent like sense of like perception, like intuition from like looking at people, reading their face, so I can generally tell when I have
Oh
fucked
yeah.
up before I actually recall the words that I've used. I'm like, oh no, I'm in
Yeah.
bad territory. Stop
Yeah.
talking, Brian. Stop talking.
See,
Oh.
I have that superpower, except for it's 10 seconds late all the time.
Yeah.
It's
No,
after
I
you've
think it's
gotten the
like
look, the warning look, and then the actual disgust.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, here's a joke, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm sleeping on the couch now.
right, like your brain is like, oh, okay, no, you know what? I might be in strange territory. Nope, she's pissed. Why am I still talking? Oh my god,
I
I'm
can't
still
stop.
going.
I can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Fucking go
Why am
for
I not
broke. Talk to her about her mom.
Right?
At this point, just get shit off your chest. Yeah.
Oh god. All right, so the consoles.
Oh my god, weren't we talking about
The good
consoles?
thing is, I have thought of the title of this video, and we'll have to do Destiny 2 like tomorrow, man. Or I mean, I'm good with any day, like Relay am, but I think
I
I
feel like
finally
we're gonna
found the
need a
title.
huge chunk. But what's
Right?
the title? I want to
The
hear
title
this.
for this video will be, oh god damn it, the console.
I like it. Let's go with it.
No, it's gonna be like, so back to the consoles. That'll be
Right.
the title. It'll be a private joke for everybody who's actually listened this far, because you have officially suffered enough to be a part of
Indeed.
this joke.
Indeed.
Very
But
true.
all right, so the last thing I do literally want to say though about them, like I feel like people have sort of counted Microsoft out a little early when it comes to this generation, based on
Hmm.
just how badly they got trounced last generation.
Hmm.
Um, and then also some of the baffling decisions from, Phil, where he comes out and he's like, we're not going to do exclusives for the first 2 years. Be like, okay, that worked out really well for you the last 7. Why not?
Right.
Fuck it. Just keep going. Um, at the same time, um, if streaming does, I mean, unless something really weird alters the trajectory of where gaming is heading, I don't know that PlayStation has. Well, for one, they obviously do not have the funds to kind of keep up if Microsoft were to decide to just slug it out in a spending competition.
Hmm.
Um, and two, I don't think they have nearly enough infrastructure built up to do streaming without needing to considerably reach out across and work with third parties and make concessions to actually accomplish that. Whereas Microsoft won't have to make those same concessions.
Yeah, if it becomes a war of attrition, then Microsoft has it, you know?
The last generation could somewhat be considered a battle of attrition, because
True, true.
I mean God, there's no real good metaphor for just how badly the last generation went for them. Like they were
Right.
in it, but not really. It's kind of like whoever was in charge of Xbox was. Yeah, it's like the little desk placard just got replaced with a note that was like, doing cocaine in the Bahamas. See you in 2019.
Right.
Long live Scarlet. or Scorpio, whatever the fuck we call it this week. Throw some X's
Yeah.
in that shit.
Oh god.
It'll
I
work.
know.
All right. Well, all right. So 9 o'clock. Probably about time to kind of start wrapping it up, I guess. Then.
Indeed.
I appreciate you guys showing up because I can hear the tiredness and I know how tired I feel.
Oh no, honestly, I feel like I needed a bit of a rant, even if it would have whatever it was about, just needed to let off steam. So
I think we
I
all
am,
did.
yeah, I'm
Because this
definitely loving it.
video, I'm thinking the title might be "And Consoles Also."
And consoles also. Yeah, yeah, that'd be very good. That'd be very good.
Consoles also too.
Yeah,
TOO.
but back to the consoles. That's what
Right.
we'll call it.
Revenge of the
But back to the
Consoles.
a rant
A rant. I
by.
like it.
But I I will still publish the shit out of it. So just send it over to me. I'll throw some dragons on that shit.
Mhm.
We'll publish it. Obviously, this part I'll cut out.